For months, the US-Iran conflict looked like a contained regional dispute. Now, the battle lines have suddenly broken past their expected borders. The immediate catalyst was a resumption of major military operations by the United States, directly targeting facilities and command centers linked to Iran's Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps. But while those strikes were underway, a completely different incident occurred far to the west. Fires broke out on two gas vessels moored at Egypt's Mediterranean port of Damietta. The Egyptian government quickly confirmed that a drone attack caused the fires. What they haven't confirmed is who launched it. To this day, no group has stepped forward to claim responsibility. Damietta sits right on the Mediterranean coast. That places this latest strike dangerously close to the northern entrance of the Suez Canal system. We are watching a localized dispute rapidly expand.
The conflict is spreading across multiple fronts, putting the waterways that keep the global economy moving directly in the crossfire. Washington has clearly stated its objective. These American operations are intended to degrade threats against U.S. forces, commercial shipping, and neighboring Gulf partners. But military pressure in the Middle East rarely stays in one place. The geography forces a chain reaction, starting in Iraq, where U.S. troops and Iran-aligned armed groups operate in the same tight, volatile security environment. This map illustrates the physical domino effect. Strikes in Iraq push the instability westward. Because American forces use neighboring Jordan as a critical hub for regional surveillance and logistics, those bases become a natural target for retaliation. Iran's Revolutionary Guard Corps has already stepped up and claimed they successfully struck Jordan's Azraq air base, stating they killed U.S. technical personnel and heavily damaged American F-35 fighter jets. But in modern warfare, the information battlefield moves faster than the physical one. The U.S. has not confirmed these casualties, and independent reporters have not verified any damage to the aircraft. Until there is hard evidence, these claims have to be treated as wartime signaling, not proven facts. The real danger here is the escalation ladder. Each individual attack is framed as a localized retaliation. Put them all together, and they drag disparate nations into a single, uncontrollable theater of war. As the land conflict heats up, the most consequential theater of this war is moving out to sea. This graphic breaks down the three most sensitive maritime bottlenecks on the planet. First, on the left, we have the Strait of Hormuz, the primary gateway for roughly 20% of the world's oil leaving the Persian Gulf. Second is the Bab el-Mandeb Strait. This is where Iran-aligned Houthi forces in Yemen have instituted a maritime embargo, firing missiles at commercial vessels attempting to enter the Red Sea. Third is the Suez Canal. This is the crucial shortcut between Europe and Asia, and it links directly back to the drone attacks on Egypt's northern coast. An armed group doesn't actually need to sink a cargo ship to achieve their goal. Simply launching a drone and declaring an area high risk is enough to terrify the London insurance markets and force shipping companies to abandon the route entirely. By targeting these three specific straits, militant networks can bypass heavy military defenses and apply pressure directly to the economic lifelines of the world. When ships detour around Africa to avoid these choke points, the financial impact is immediate. Longer journeys consume massive amounts of extra fuel, and marine insurance premiums skyrocket to cover the heightened risk. This creates a strange paradox in the global energy market. Major trading companies like Shell saw their second quarter net profits double to nearly $10 billion, driven heavily by the very price volatility this war has created. This flowchart tracks exactly how a military crisis hits your wallet. Corporate trading desks might profit from the chaos, but increased military risk leads directly to insurance spikes. That raises basic shipping costs, which eventually translates into imported inflation for everyday consumers. Looking ahead, there are three likely scenarios. The first is controlled escalation. The US and Iran continue trading localized blows, but actively avoid taking the one step that triggers total war. The second scenario is regional expansion. Proxy networks fully ignite, cross-border attacks increase in frequency, and neighboring states are dragged into daily combat. The third is a severe economic shock. If a major strike successfully damages energy infrastructure or forces the closure of a choke point, the resulting supply freeze would drive global energy prices and transportation costs to levels that disrupt the stability of national economies. A missile fired in one country now dictates the cost of shipping in another. Modern geopolitical power relies on the ability to weaponize and control the arteries of global trade.